Reiki session. For today's session, I really want to focus on times of transition in your life. So I just want you to sit back, relax, sink into this present moment, melt into the here and now, and together we'll begin this healing session. Okay, good. So, I'm going to begin by spraying a little bit of this aura mist into your energetic field. So this is frankincense, sandalwood, and cedarwood. I wanted you to feel grounded and held, supported, but also very spiritually aligned, open and expressive, balancing upper and lower chakras so that we can really arrive in this time of transition from a very centered place. Anything you can do to center yourself when you are moving through times of transition can be enormously helpful and empowering. At the time of recording this, if you're watching this in the future, it's autumn here where I am. It's changing from summer to autumn. For some of you, it might be changing from winter to spring. But wherever we are with this, wherever we are in our season of life, transitions happen all the time. And we have created systems to cope with these transitions because transitions are very challenging. Change from an evolutionary perspective was always sort of threatening. When there was something that was changing and transitioning, meant that we would have a lot of coping to do. Comfort would probably be put to the side for a moment. So just sweeping this aura mist all throughout your energetic field. So when we fear change or transitions, whether that's a job transition, a seasonal transition, whether that's a relationship that's changing or ending, whatever this transition is for you, I would encourage you to remember that we all get scared of change. It's very human to be uncomfortable with change. So for this session, I really want to highlight ways in which you can show up for yourself with kindness and compassion in these times of transition, remembering that you're not alone and that there are ways that you can still ground yourself energetically, that you can center and align through these maybe more turbulent times. One thing I want to assure you of is that it's going to be okay. You know, nothing is... We're running out of this. There we go. Nothing is permanent. The only permanent is change. So when we can find ways of embracing this change, find ways of learning to move through the fear with courage, these can be beautiful practices to empower us. Good. Movement is so important in terms of energetic healing work. Ultimately, when we are engaging in any kind of energy work, the way that I was taught and my beliefs on this are that movement is an indication of health, flow is an indication of health, and stagnancy is an indication of a lack of health. We can look at this in the energetic field with the chakras when they're not spinning, when there's a blockage. What we're trying to do in these sessions is to break through these blockages. And similarly in life, when we find ourselves stagnant, when things are still or blocked in our lives, and that could show up as tension or as some kind of maybe feeling a little restless, building resentment or something like that. These things, and it can also manifest itself in like aggression or kind of that fight response. But that stagnancy, it has an impact. So movement and flow and fluidity in our energy fields and in our lives, I think is so important and so healthful. So if you are somebody who feels like things are really turbulent, just trust that this will change as well. It won't be turbulent forever. And let's try and lean in and see if there's something that we can learn here. I'm going to use our owl rattle to shake up the energy and invite in a sense of movement and flow. I'm going to ask you to open your palms quite wide, sort of as wide as you can. And I'm just going to shake the rattle outside of both of your palms, okay? Good. Very good. Shaking things up, shaking the energy up with the rattle. This is a great way of just kind of getting a little bit of flow, a little movement. So if you're feeling stuck or stagnant in your physical body, just doing that, maybe shaking your hands out. If you do have a rattle or something like that, just something that can kind of shake up your energy is going to be really important and helpful. I'm going to light our candle and set our intention here. Feel free to light a candle as well. I think at its core, this sense of discomfort in these moments of transition or times of change for you, the discomfort that arises from this, I think, is just a fear of the unknown, fear of uncertainty. So many of us would rather stay where we are, stay in the familiar, than wade into dark waters, not knowing what's underneath. And this is just to validate that fear here, and also to try to build some resilience in moments where we maybe don't have control. This flame is about to go out. Let's relight it here. Uncertainty and lack of control can be really, really uncomfortable for some people. For most people, I'd say. But I think it's funny because very often we would choose to stay in an incredibly uncomfortable, sometimes painful situation rather than wade through the discomfort of the unknown. And it's just something to kind of think about. It's about choosing what kind of discomfort you want in your life. So on behalf of your highest, wisest, most empowered and aligned self, in loving comfort and perfect balance, I wish to conduct this Reiki session for supporting you as you move through this time of transition. To open ourselves up to the possibility of transformation here. That transition and the fear of change, if looked at through a different lens, it can be an opportunity for transformation. So just being here, being present with the feelings of fear and uncertainty, and also, in addition to that, seeing that there's also great opportunity for transformation in these times of change. Now, if you'd like to clarify this intention based on what it is you're specifically moving through, based on the specific transition that you happen to be in the midst of. Whatever it is, just feel free to use this flame, and as long as it's in service of your own and everyone else's highest, best selves, then I will honor that intention and see it through time and space to where and whenever it's applicable. Good. I'm going to light some incense off of our flame here. And I'm going to draw the sacred Reiki symbols outside of your heart space. This is cedar wood, and it's one of my favorites. Lovely. We've all had transitions in our lives, and one thing I find empowering to remember is that I have survived everything I've been through. I have survived everything that I have been through so far. I think it's incredibly empowering to remember that you have survived everything that you've experienced, everything you've been through, every single change that's occurred, you've survived it. Remembering that and honoring where we are right now. Let's move on and do some work with a little bit of sound healing. I'm going to be playing the singing bowl. Going to strike it and move it through your energy field, and then I'll just be placing it on your heart space and playing the singing bowl to really invite this beautiful vibration through your whole body. placing this here on your heart space, I'm going to strike it a few times and then we'll begin playing it. Just allow the vibration to move through your body. I'm now going to move through with a selenite wand, clearing and cleansing. And if there is one stone that I would suggest for this subject, it would be some kind of clearing stone. Something that's self-cleansing would be great. So I would either recommend a selenite or a black kyanite. And if you compare that with something like Kambaba jasper, I love using that for transformation. So to really spark the transformative aspects of transition and how incredible it is to be empowered enough to change. I don't know if this is accurately given to Darwin, but the quote about it's not the strongest or the smartest species that survives in terms of evolution, it's those most adaptive to change. So, whether or not that's an accurate quote or not, it's a wonderful sentiment. How adaptive are we to change? How adaptive are you to change? Does change make you really uncomfortable? If so, I'm really proud of you for being aware of that. Awareness is so valuable here. Being aware of the discomfort that we have, and then feeling empowered enough to know that we can move through it. We can go through this change and perhaps even learn how to be excited about meeting our future self. Be excited about seeing our future life, mixed in with maybe uncertainty and doubt and all of that. We can see all of it from this very integrated perspective of I see my fear and I also see this beautiful joy before me. So much potential. How exciting. Brené Brown also talks about how fear or anxiety and excitement have the same kind of neurobiological response. So sometimes we can try to just hold space for that as well. That maybe within this anxiety about transition, we can also say, maybe this is making some space for excitement. I was talking to a friend about it, and he said, when I was telling him about that, he goes, oh, so it's like tricking myself, tricking my mind. I was like, yeah, that's half the battle, right? Our minds have built up so many defenses, so much armor against perceived threats that often when we're in the process of healing, it's really about untangling all of these processes that really aren't serving the life that we live now, who we are now, and our most empowered selves. But stepping into transition requires a great deal of courage. So I applaud you for your courage. So I'm just going to place a piece of Kambaba right on your heart space. I'm going to use a small piece. You could also use a river stone for this. Something like an Amazonite would be really nice, or maybe a garnierite, green garnierite. So I'm just going to place this right on your heart space here. Just breathe. Just placing my hands, cupping over your eyes. Not actually touching, just kind of cupping over your eyes. Now, over your ears. On the very top of your head. Just on your chest here. Quite high. Shoulders. Good. Just leaning over you, placing my hands on your arms here. If you want to place your hands on your heart space, and I'll just hover my hands outside of yours. Good, yeah, you can just cross your hands over your heart with that Kambaba Jasper just underneath your hands. Good. Good, and just breathe slowly and deeply. Now placing my hands on your belly here. Just tucking my if you like to engage in belly breathing, just make sure you're breathing slowly and deeply. Now hovering my hands outside of your base chakra. Placing my hand on your knee, on top of your knee here, and then my other hand underneath. So I'm just moving my hand underneath the blanket and underneath your leg here. So, good, is that comfortable? Good. Just placing my hands on your feet now. And on your heel, placing my hands underneath the blanket again. Gentle but firm. Same, placing my hands underneath the knee on this side. Do you mind if I reach over you? And on top of the knee here. Candle still going. There we go. Just cupping your heel and your ankle here. Good. You are divine, you are connected, you are expressive, you are loved, you are strong, you are emotionally balanced, you are safe. Thank you so much for joining me. It's such a pleasure to connect with you. And until we meet again, be so well. Just doing a little dices, how can